Please keep in mind the warning below that I am not a medical professional or, I might edit that out, or a dietitian. That is what I meant to say. So without further ado, now you know I don't like wasting your time and hold you any longer. So first things first is your diet. Do I have food around me? No. Should you during your period? You should be able to go and run in the kitchen and get it. So I think it's best for us to just go over what is your period. So your period is when your uterus sheds its lining once every 28 days. Please do your research, okay? Like I said, I'm not a medical professional. Let's put the mic down a little bit. So every 28 days, your uterus as a woman goes through this cycle to begin the process, which is called menstruation. Look, y'all know what I'm trying to say, your period. So during those changes, most have symptoms of soreness in certain parts of our body, cramps in the midsection, and we have irritability, we have the mood swings. Just want to put that out there. I encourage you to do your utmost ultimate research when it comes to that, because I'm not a medical professional. I'm here to provide you the basics based off of experience. So the first thing to note about your period is that aside from all the physical aspects of symptoms that you're going to have, you need to keep in mind of your diet. So what do I mean by diet? I don't mean diet as going on a diet and I don't mean diet as in 1, 2, 3, all of that. Okay? Just ignore my arms. By diet, I mean you need to adjust your diet and you need to adjust what you are eating as soon as you feel the first symptom that your menstrual cycle, that your period is about to come on. Even if the physical aspect, the most obvious part of it, the blood expelling itself from your body, of your vagina. See, here's a disclaimer. If you're squeamish, click off the video because we finna use some medical terms, okay? You need to begin to change your diet the moment you feel the first symptoms. So you have the symptoms of irritability, cramps, mood swings. You start to feel like you need a caffeine boost. I'm gonna tell you right now, caffeine, you're gonna need a notebook, baby. From this point on, if you don't listen, it's on you. You're gonna have to rewind it back. You need caffeine is not going to be your best friend on your menstrual cycle because it causes you to crash. It gives you that high and that energy that you feel that you need. That means in the area of coffee, energy drinks, the natural lesk energy drinks, that they're energy drinks, but they are making claims of, well, we're not as sugary, we don't have as high as caffeine. It's still an energy drink, which means it's still a higher form of sugar that you want to try to decrease at all costs as much as possible. The level of sugar content, from the moment you feel your first symptom that your menstrual cycle is coming, before your menstrual cycle is there, before it comes, before it arrives, before Miss Ma'am show up. You heard me? Okay. Caffeine is not your friend. What do you drink? And I'm going to tell you from my experience. You don't want to lean on teas too much, but then you also, ginger tea is good. Basically, anything that would help your cramps and that is anti-inflammatory. Look, the warning is still there at the bottom of the video. I'm not a medical professional. Basically, anything anti-inflammatory you want to drink. Swap out them sodas unless unless you feel like you have to have it or you're feeling nausea. Just swap out the ginger ale, swap out the lemon lime soda. And most of y'all know what brand I was finna say out my mouth. I wasn't led to say it. My McDonald's has one of the most powerful versions of that lemon lime soda. Okay. Ginger tea is good. Lemon and ginger and tea is good. Something anti-inflammatory. This is where you're going to have to get with doc and do your research and figure out what is best for you. Second, what else do you drink if you don't want to do teas and to swap that out from your caffeine or from your urge to run towards caffeine? You see what I'm saying? Cranberry juice is good. That also tends to run itself through your body, and then you wind up smelling like cranberries. And pineapple juice is good. Just be mindful of the sugar content. If you have a juicer or if you're willing to invest in a juicer, you should do that. Me personally, I like to look for the lowest amount of sugar content. So low double digits, 10 grams and under. If you could find cranberry juice like that, pineapple, most juices aren't like that. I know you're saying to yourself, what's she talking about? I don't know no fruit juice that's 10 grams of sugar and lower. This is what you do. You take a glass, you pour half the juice in there, put the cap back on the bottom, put the rest of the juice in the fridge. Take water, fill up with the rest. You want to dilute your fruit juices if you're not able to find fruit juices to drink during your menstrual cycle that is anything lower in grams, lower than 10 grams of sugar and lower. Because most aren't. I've seen most cranberry juices 30 grams and up. I'm like, baby. I have sat there and drunk soft drinks, which I shall not name the brand. I'm not being led to say it. And boy, you could crack a salt lick with that because it's just got so, you could taste the salt in it. How I got all this sugar and I can taste salt in it? What? Yeah. We not. And then most importantly, you over all juices and teas, you want to drink water primarily. One that's going to help you help flush out what's going on with your body during this 28-day cycle, your menstrual cycle. From I'm talking about from the moment you feel symptoms until it's over with. Okay, when it's over, I mean from symptoms to that blood expelling itself out of your body, and then the menstrual cycle stopping, and then the cycle starting all over again. Because that's usually how it works. Water. So water, teas, and fruit juices. Make sure you're drinking more water. You want to make sure that you're drinking a higher percentage of water than you are tea and juices combined together. And this is me saying this from experience. You feel me? Okay. Now, we have the drink portions of it. We're still in the diet section. And when I say diet, I mean just eating habits. Your eating habits should change the moment you feel the first symptom of your menstrual cycle, no matter what that is. Okay, get it? Got it? No? Rewind it back. Food. We're going to start with savory foods. You want to eat the leanest protein. You don't want to have your menstrual cycle diet be void of protein. What am I saying to you? Anything omega-3 healthy, anything high in iron, bring on that steak. That if it When I tell you I'm thankful for those. I saw it on TikTok. I said, I'm gonna put it to the test. You lose iron allegedly, okay, when you start having symptoms of your menstrual cycle. So leading up to that, you want to bulk up on the iron. You don't want to overdo it, and you want to watch how you're cooking it. You want to saute and sear over frying. That's for all savory foods. I know how tempting it is to go get some fried chicken of a certain brand, or 3 or 4 or 5. I know how tempting it is to go get that chicken sandwich of a certain brand, or 3 or 5. But if you can, opt for grilled over fried. Seared steak, iron, okay? Bulk up that iron from the first moment you have those symptoms of your menstrual cycle, long before your menstrual cycle comes. Because the sooner that you can get started, the quicker that you can get started on replenishing the iron in your body as a woman around that time of the month. Like from the moment them first few symptoms hit you, before the physical evidence shows up, before you have to start putting on pads and period underwear and a tampon and and menstrual cups or whatever you use, the better it is going to be, because you're going to feel better. Because I'm telling you from experience, you don't want to feel tired. Your body's already been depleted of so much if you wait until your menstrual cycle comes on. Then it's just like you're beating your it's then it's just like you're racing against the clock to replenish your iron. Have that steak ready. Sear it, saute it, no frying. I know it tastes good. I know you're talking to a person that I used to eat everything I was big and bad enough to eat during my menstrual cycle. All the candy bars, all the fried foods from all the places that had value menu and no value menu, dollar menu and no dollar menu, $2 menu and no $2 menu, value meal of a certain amount under $5 and not. I've lived through all of that. I'm telling you, as much as possible, dial it back. Well, how do I do that? Swap out one item at a time. If you normally go for the fried chicken sandwich from a certain place, and you're having a craving. It's around that time of the month, almost there. She's knocking on the door, but you know, she ain't there yet all the way. She ain't arrived. If you know what I mean. The next time you go to that place, ask if they have grilled over fried, if they have grilled as an option. Swap out your choices slowly when you eat fast food as cravings if you feel like you cannot do without it during the time of the month, or during your first few days of those symptoms showing up just before the menstrual cycle actually hits. Because then that's going to help you be more efficient, and the less fried foods is going into your body, that's also going to help. You want to put more beneficial things within you as far as consumption than for you to put something in there that's going to make you feel more groggy and tired. Because it will. Okay, you are what you eat. Okay, do your research. Not a dietitian. For sweets, I shared a tip in a recent video. I believe it was this one. And I was just talking about a Dove cranberry and orange peel body wash. It's limited edition. But it made me think of one of my favorite desserts that I like to eat. You want to opt for, and I'm going to just go on and say this before I give you the cranberry snack again. For sweet cravings, you want to opt for 100% fruit juice made fruit snacks if that's what you're going to go for. For chocolate, get the darkest, most bittersweet chocolate. Why? Because the more milk that's included into it, the one, it could boil and bubble up your stomach, and then you'll be camped out in the bathroom for the majority of your menstrual cycle. You don't want that. Get the bittersweet chocolate. Studies have been shown, and you can do it yourself, that bittersweet dark chocolate, there's a reason why I'm saying like that, has more benefits for you, but make sure you're eating it in moderation. 100% fruit juice fruit snacks is much better for you than the mainstream stuff. Okay, you can figure out what the mainstream stuff is by doing research and doing a quick search on Google. Here's my cranberry snack, I'm going to also share with you a couple swaps that I did. And these are swaps that I made. Mind you, I'm in my 30s now, but I made these swaps as a teenager, swapping out things over the years. So I swapped out fruit snacks for chocolate with 100% fruit juice. At the time, Lifesaver gummies. Now, I still like them, but eventually I had to phase out of the Lifesaver gummies, like stuff like that. 100% fruit juice, okay? You're making these swaps one at a time, gradually, for your health. And I want you to keep a menstrual cycle journal, however you want to do it, digital, I don't know. And every time you make a swap, like you go to your favorite fast food and you normally get the fried chicken sandwich, I'm going back to the savory side just a little bit real quick, and you ask them for grilled chicken, then I want you to write down and date in your menstrual cycle journal, whatever you want to call it. And I want you to notice for the first 24 hours, how did you feel eating the grilled sandwich over your usual fried chicken? If you find you're not feeling as groggy and tired and ready to rumble, not WWE, okay? That's something you want to look back on, so that way when you get to the next month of your menstrual cycle, then you have something to look back on, like, okay, let me just stay with grilled chicken over the fried, what I normally get. Now back to the savory. Here's my cranberry snack. Hear me out. Jellied cranberry. I want y'all to hear this. I'm going to edit that out. Jellied cranberry. White granulated sugar or brown sugar is healthier. Okay? And then I want you to get fat-free whipped cream or plain Greek yogurt that is low fat. Get it plain. Why I need to get it plain? Because you're already going to be adding brown sugar, and that's going to account for the sugar combination between your jelly cranberry, not with the dried cranberries throughout it, like the jelly cranberry to look like jello. Get that, dice that thing up, put it in several meal prepping dessert containers. Condiment cups is what they call them. CONDIM is a Mary, ENT. Condiment cups, them little dessert cups. This is what you want to do it for. You want to get into meal prepping your desserts. If not, buy yourself a cup. Go to the grocery store and buy yourself about 5 cans of jellied cranberry sauce. Okay, open up one, put it in about 4 to 5 dessert cups. Dice that stuff up. Then next layer is sprinkled brown sugar, then whipped cream on the top. Put in a little swirl. Presentation is everything. Here's the purpose of this dessert. 1, cranberries have known to be very beneficial for us as women. 2, if you eat enough of it, you'll wind up smelling great, and it helps your lady parts, your vagina, to smell really good, and it offers reproductive benefits for us as well. Gotta love a cranberry. Now here's the thing. I did this because I didn't have anything else to eat, and I was tired of eating junk. And I'm like, what do I eat? And I just happened to make this dessert by accident, thank the Lord. because I was just like, I don't know what to eat. You see what I'm saying? So hear me out. The tanginess of the jellied cranberry combined with the mild sweetness of the brown sugar and the creaminess of your fat-free whipped cream or regular or plain Greek yogurt combined together is going to create a cheesecake like effect for you. You see what I'm saying? And it's still going to satiate, it still should satisfy your sweet craving, but because cranberries is in it, you're going to have a benefit to it. This is a dessert that you can ultimately customize, and it's going to be very beneficial to you. You see what I'm saying? What is another one? Peaches and honey. Swap out the honey, tends to be high in sugar. Get yourself canned peaches or get yourself a fresh peach or frozen peaches. Saute them things or either just get them canned if you don't feel like fooling with them. You see, you know how it is with your menstrual cycle. You might feel too tired and might not have enough energy to or feel like you have enough energy to do it. Get the canned peaches or the cup peaches that already come in a single size serving. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just like the applesauce in a cup, they have peaches in a cup. Or get your favorite fruit in a cup, the see-through plastic cups. Dump that in a bowl. You want to get either maple syrup, sugar-free, or low-end sugar, double digits. The low double digits meaning 10 grams and under, or you can get agave syrup, which is really good and is a bit healthier of a swap that you can make other than honey. If you're going to do honey, I would drizzle a little bit in it at a time and then eat instead of dumping the honey in it. And then your next thing you know, the sweetness of the peaches and the sweetness of the honey is entirely too much. And now you feel like you could crack a salt lick with so much sugar in it. Drizzle a little bit at a time, toss that honey back in the cupboard and eat them peaches and honey if you just have to have it, if you just feel like you have to. But maple syrup is a good option, and agave syrup is also a good option. And I know, like, I'm gonna just stop right here because I know y'all wondering, well, why is she? When I said you're gonna need a notebook, I said you're gonna need a notebook because you're getting all of my experience in one video. One, you heard me. That's what you get. Now, what is another dessert I used to have? I can't think of anymore. But if I think of any more, I will be sure to share it with you. The savory side of things, if you're going to get pizza, lay off of the pepperoni, unless you're going to opt for turkey pepperoni. I would do that. Lay back off the salt. If you intend on doing salt, I would intend to get no salt type of seasonings, as sodium will kind of affect you during your menstrual cycle as well. You don't want to eat so much salt that you crack a salt lick. It's the same thing with too much sugar. That's all I got to say about the diet portion of things. Whew. So, what's next when it comes to your menstrual cycle? So now you've figured out. Walk with me with this. Come on. Let's travel on. So now that we've established as to what your menstrual cycle diet should be, what you should eat, what you should be drinking more of, more than the fruit juices and the teas, water, what to do with savory foods, what to do with sweet foods, and a couple of sweet dessert craving ideas. Well, what if you don't like cranberry? Take your favorite fruit and get the dried fruit and do the fat free. Take yourself some dried fruit and do some fat free Greek yogurt or the fat free whipped cream or regular, and you can still do the same thing. You can just, if it's already sweet enough for you, don't put no brown sugar in it. Just go straight with the Greek yogurt and build yourself a couple layers in a dessert jar, or one of your finest glasses that has a lid, a secured lid, and you can make parfaits. It works. That's another dessert idea for you. But what do you do once you figure out what you should be drinking, what you should be consuming, what you should be eating savory wise, what you should be dessert wise? The choice is up to you. Now, you can go ahead and haul off and do this and be like, this is too hard, I'm going to go buy the chips. You talking to somebody that done bought the chips before and then probably tried a couple flavors. I done made the mistakes. My mistakes is your lessons. So the choice is up to you if you want to do it and continue it. Okay? After that, it's between you and God what you want to do.